was kind of interesting. We're doing the interview in a car because first time we met, I believe he emailed me out the blue asking if I wanted to collab with him, and I said sure, you know, just let's link up so I can listen to your stuff. And he just came through in a van, and I hopped in the passenger seat. He played me a few beats, and that was the beginning of a relationship. From the whole beat tape that he gave me, like one of them really spoke to me. Like it really seemed like I found the beat. You know how the expression goes, like something has your name on it, you know, that's how I felt like it.
Right.
So I contacted him right away, and then he was like, oh, that beat belongs to Pace Rock from 5Ds. But the story goes that, you know, I had kind of done a semi-favor for him, like rapping on their album. He was totally nice enough to say, oh cool, if you want it, go ahead. And I was like, oh really? And even Nujabes was surprised a little bit that he just said yes. So I was like, oh, he was like, okay, if he said yes, then it's okay. And that's how it started. And that was first song we did was called Lovesick. That was in the year 2000. I think the first one that we did together was still the most magical to me. Well, I think it relates to his vast knowledge of records in general, and of course his sound palette was different from the other producers. Like for example, when you mix jazz and hip-hop, that might remind you of Tribe or Pete Rock or a lot of these samples, but the kind of jazz he was using was maybe from Japan or from Europe or South America, so it was a little bit a wider sound palette than your average hip-hop coming from like American jazz, you know what I'm saying? So that was very cool that he really knew his records, and those are vinyl pieces that he really liked to listen to. So I was most definitely impressed by his knowledge of records. He was a shy character, so we would kind of always make fun of him in a good way, of course, but just to get him out of his shell. And like for example, when he took up like the flute, you know, he would start playing it, and I was definitely kind of making fun of him, like, oh, you're playing the flute now, huh? You know, and then he would do something like he would buzz me in, you know, in his apartment, but he wouldn't open the door, so I would open the door and he would just be playing the flute, like knowing I would just walk in the room, and he would just turn around in his swivel chair, like just showing me that he's playing the flute. And I'm like, okay, you're playing the flute, good job, now let's get to our song, you know. So yeah, it was kind of, we had a good, you know, relationship like that, and we both had our different roles to play, therefore it never clashed. And you know, personally, I don't know if I would have ever been friends with him if it weren't for the music, but you know, we had a tight bond on record, so that's all that mattered to me. Well, I have several new projects, but one album that's already finished is one with a producer named Cradle. He goes by the name Cradle Orchestra. Does a lot of collaborations, and we ended up doing a 10-song album. That'll probably come out 2015. And of course, preceding that with Hideout, you know, Lovesick Hexology, the 6-part CD will come out as a double CD, and Lovesick Part 3, the vinyl, will come out to complete the 6-part series for those that are eager to collect them all. So that's finally going to happen with a Taku remix from Australia. It's dope. And we also have another 12-inch produced by Nujabes titled Perfect Circle. And that was a song that we had pretty much finished in 2004 but never got around to recording it. So we finally did that. And that'll probably come out soon as well. People come out the woodworks to a show, sold out concert 5 years from your passing. I hope that you're proud. I hope that we're doing you know, whatever justice that we can to hold up your music, celebrate your work, and we gotta keep it on positive because new people discover your music all the time, and I'm definitely honored just to be a part of it. And as a friend, I hope to keep working with you. Thank you. Thank you, DDTV, for connecting all the dots. It's a beautiful night. Nujabes Tribute in Los Angeles, California. One love.